Hello everyone and welcome to another FPL video on the channel. I hope you guys are looking forward to the Premier League being back in action. I know I certainly am. So, there's a few postponements this week. We have Liverpool against Chelsea, Manchester United versus Leeds, and Brighton versus Palace all cancelled, unfortunately. But there are still 7 games going on, which is good news. And, we just have to work around that in terms of FPL. So let's move on into the side. In net, we have a new name. We have Pope instead of Meslier. So I brought Meslier out, who did have a postponement. He was doing crap for me anyway, and it was about time. So Pope's been brought in. I could have played Ward, but they're not going to keep a clean sheet against Tottenham, so I went with Nick Pope, who has Bournemouth. Then moving on to defence, we have another new name, and it's from the same club. We've brought in Fabian Schär. Now, I've decided to take a risk and play the fixture. I'm probably going to wildcard next week, so I've taken a risk and I've gone triple Newcastle defence against Bournemouth at home. It's a plum of a fixture. I don't rate Bournemouth as a side. I don't think they score many goals. I think Newcastle are the superior side, and at home at St James's Park, I think they're going to do the business. I think they're going to win comfortably, maybe a 2 to 3-0. So I'm hoping that this triple defence doesn't backfire, as we also have Trippier. So yeah, that's my defence so far. We have Trippier, Schär and Pope, all from Newcastle against Bournemouth at home. Is it going to backfire? What do you guys think? Then we have Saliba against Brentford. Decent fixture, but I don't expect them to keep a clean sheet. I think Brentford are good attacking wise, and yeah, I think it's going to be like a 2-1 victory maybe for Arsenal if I had to put a prediction on it. So I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet. And this could be one of Saliba's last games in the side, as their fixture run does start to get more difficult. So then we have Rico Henry at left back against Arsenal at home. Not a good fixture. Arsenal will most likely score. Henry's only in the side due to the fact that the rest of my players on the bench, as you'll see later on, don't have a fixture, so he makes up the numbers really. But I didn't want to take another hit because I have a player who can play. So onto the midfield, we have a new name in there. We have Kevin De Bruyne. So I brought him in for Salah, who had a fixture postponement. Of course, he wasn't playing too well anyway, neither with Liverpool. So I'm happy to bring in De Bruyne regardless. He has Haaland to aim in front of him, so he's going to get a lot of assists. Wolves are not the greatest of sides at the minute, and I do expect De Bruyne to do well. I mean, we all remember his game against Wolves last season, don't we? Pretty sure that was a mega haul. And then we have Andreas against Nottingham Forest. I believe it's the first time I'm starting him this season. Good fixture, on set pieces. Yeah, I think he could do well there, to be honest. Then we have Martinelli. I say the same about him every week. One of the best players to own in FPL. Pound for pound, value-wise, he's fantastic. Probably number one at 6 to 6.5 million. Starting every week for Arsenal, in form. Arsenal are in form. Brentford's a decent fixture. Good stuff from Martinelli. So moving forward, we have his Brazilian counterpart, Gabriel Jesus, up front. Also has Brentford away, of course. Good form, Arsenal in good form. I do expect there to be goals in this game for Arsenal. Brentford defensively are pretty suspect, so I do think they'll score a couple goals at least, and hopefully both Gabbies are involved. Then we have Tony in the reverse of that, who is also playing Arsenal. So I think Brentford will have a goal in them. They're a decent attacking unit, and Tony is involved in the goals a lot of the time. Good striker, on penalties, now on free kicks as well. I mean, he might have been on that before, but I just know he is now because he put one in the top bins when he scored a hat-trick. So yeah, happy to own Tony at the minute, but potentially could be on his way out next week on the wild card. Who knows? Then we have the main man, Erling Haaland, basically captain every week, isn't he? Hasn't not got a return this season. He's returned in every single game. So, I mean, that's just consistency right there, isn't it? And it's a decent fixture against Wolves, not the best of sides. I do think he'll return in this game. He played tonight. I believe he played the full 90 minutes, which isn't the best of news, but he did score, so you know he's still on form. So yeah, I do think he'll start against Wolves, and I do think he'll score. So onto the bench, we have Ward against Tottenham. Could have started him, you know, without taking the points hit, but was not going to do that. Leicester concede too many goals. Tottenham are a better side. They'll definitely concede. Then we have Zaha, James and Gross all have fixture postponements, which is of course unfortunate, but it is what it is, isn't it? So we have 3.8 million in the bank to tinker with, to make any more moves or to use on the wild card if we do it next week. We are 504,000th in the world, so hopefully after this week we can climb that rank a bit. We'll aim for, let's say, 400,000. So yeah, 100k green arrow is the aim. Hopefully we can hit that. So what do you guys think of my moves? Triple Newcastle defense, is it risky or is it going to backfire? What have you guys done? Have the postponements damaged you at all? Are you playing the wild card? Let me know in the comment section down below, and if you have any questions regarding FPL, feel free to ask them in the comments down below and I'll respond as best as I can. But other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed this new FPL video on the channel. Happy to have the football back, and of course Premier League fantasy football. So if you enjoyed, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Cheers guys.